The big meeting hall of the Galactic Council was full of worried aliens. 47 different species had come together for the most important vote in space history. Ambassador Zektar, a creature with 6 arms from the Altarian planet, stood up to speak. His voice was serious and scary. "Friends from across the galaxy," Zektar said through his talking machine. "We have a big problem. The humans are dangerous. In just 200 years since we first met them, they have shown us something terrible. They fight too much, they learn too fast, and they make weapons too quickly. They will destroy our peaceful galaxy." All the aliens in the room started talking at once. They were scared. The crystal people made singing sounds. The gas creatures in their special containers moved around nervously. Every alien species had bad stories about meeting humans. Far away on Earth, Director Lisa Palmer sat in her small office in Geneva. She worked for the Human Diplomatic Corps, the group that talked to aliens. Suddenly, her computer made a beeping sound. A message from space appeared on her screen. Lisa read it, and her face went white with fear. The message was short but terrible. "The Galactic Council has voted. All humans must stay in their solar system forever. We will watch everything you do. We will control what technology you can make. If you don't obey us, we will put a force field around your entire solar system." Lisa's hand shook as she picked up her special phone. "Get me Admiral Jake Morrison right now," she told her helper. "This is an emergency." A few hours later, the most important people on Earth met in a secret underground room in Colorado. Admiral Morrison was an old soldier who had fought in the first wars with aliens. He stood at the big table with Dr. Karen Webb, who studied alien life, and General Rick Stone, who protected Earth. "So they think they can put us in a cage," Admiral Morrison said. His voice was calm, but everyone could see he was angry. 47 alien species, some of them thousands of years more advanced than us, and they're scared of what we might do. Dr. Webb turned on a hologram that showed space around Earth. "Look at this. They've put 12 watching stations around our solar system. They have robot defense platforms and warships flying in circles around us. They really don't want us to leave." General Stone hit the table with his fist. "They made one big mistake about humans. They think that if they tell us to stop, we will actually stop." Lisa Palmer looked around the room. "What are you saying we should do?" Admiral Morrison smiled, but it wasn't a happy smile. "We give them exactly what they want to see. We act like good humans who obey their rules. We stay in our solar system. We only make the technology they allow us to make, but while we're doing that, we do what humans always do when someone tries to stop us," General Stone said. "We find another way," Dr. Webb added. Admiral Morrison nodded. "We make them think we're following their rules. We build colonies on Mars like they expect. We do. Research they can see. We act like we're trapped in our solar system, but at the same time we start working on something they can't see." Lisa understood now. "You want to fool them." "Not just fool them," Dr. Webb said. "We're going to become something they never expected. They think they know what humans are. They think we're just another species that will give up when faced with a stronger enemy. They're wrong." General Stone pulled up secret files on his computer. "We've been working on experimental technology for years. Things the aliens don't know. About quantum physics projects, dimensional research, ways to bend space and time itself. The aliens are watching our solar system," Admiral Morrison explained, "but they're only watching normal space. What if we learn to exist in places they can't? See? What if we could build colonies in hidden dimensions? What if we could travel through space in ways they never imagined?" Dr. Webb was getting excited. "We could expand throughout the galaxy without them knowing. We could build a secret human empire while they think we're trapped on Earth." Lisa looked around the room at these brilliant people. "How long would this take?" Admiral Morrison thought for a moment. "Give us 5 years. In 5 years, we'll show them what happens when you try to cage humanity." General Stone smiled. "They wanted to stop human expansion. Instead, they're going to force us to evolve beyond anything they ever feared." The meeting continued for hours as they planned humanity's secret response. They would create 2 different versions of human civilization. One version would be visible to the aliens, a restricted, obedient humanity that stayed in the solar system and followed all the rules. The other version would be invisible, a growing network of hidden colonies and advanced technology that the aliens could never detect. They think they've solved the human problem, Dr. Webb said as the meeting ended. They have no idea they just created a much bigger one. Admiral Morrison stood up and looked at everyone in the room. In 5 years, when we're ready, the Galactic Council is going to learn the most important lesson in the universe. Never tell humans what they can't do. Outside, the alien monitoring stations continued their watch over Earth's solar system. Their sensors showed normal human activity. Ships traveling between Earth and Mars, research stations being built, peaceful development within the boundaries set by the Council. The aliens were satisfied. The human problem had been solved. They had no idea that humanity's real expansion was about to begin in places they couldn't even imagine existed. 5 years passed after the Alien Council banned humans from leaving their solar system. Monitor Velcran was an alien with many arms like an octopus. His job was to watch the humans and make sure they followed the rules. Every month, he wrote, a report about what the humans were doing. Velcran was happy with his reports. The humans were being good. They stayed in their solar system. They built colonies on Mars like normal people. They made technology slowly, just like the Council wanted. Their spaceships were small and weak. Everything looked perfect. But Velcran didn't know the truth. He couldn't see the secret signals coming from empty space. He didn't know about the hidden experiments happening in places his sensors couldn't find. The humans were doing something amazing, and the aliens had no idea. Far away, hidden on the dark side of a big rock beyond Pluto, Dr. Amy Clark was working on the most important project in human history. Her laboratory was secret, buried deep inside the asteroid where no alien could see it. "It works," Dr. Clark shouted to her team. She was so excited she could barely speak. "We can fold space itself. We can create hidden pockets in reality where we can build anything we want." Commander Tony Brooks was the soldier assigned to watch the science project. When he heard what Dr. Clark had discovered, his eyes got very wide. "You mean we can build colonies that the aliens can't see? Cities that exist in hidden space?" "Exactly," Dr. Clark said. "We can expand throughout the entire galaxy, and the aliens will never know we're there. We'll be invisible." The humans called their secret plan the Lazarus Project. Lazarus was a man from an old story who came back from the dead. The humans felt like they were dead when the aliens trapped them in their solar system. Now they were coming back to life in a way the aliens never expected. Within 6 months, the first hidden colony was built. It existed in folded space near a star system far from Earth. The colony looked like a normal city, but it was invisible to anyone looking from normal space. The aliens could fly right through the area and never know humans were living there. On Mars, Administrator Ben Taylor was putting on a great show for the alien watchers. He built farms under glass domes. He dug mines to collect minerals. He made everything look normal and boring. The aliens watched and wrote in their reports that humans were following the rules. But under the ground on Mars, Ben had built something incredible. Hidden gateways that could transport people instantly to the secret colonies throughout the galaxy. While the aliens thought humans were trapped on Mars, people were actually traveling to hundreds of hidden worlds. Dr. Helen Morrison was Admiral Jake Morrison's sister. She worked in the most secret laboratory of all, hidden in folded space near the center of the galaxy. Her job was to solve the biggest puzzle of all, how to make human minds work better. "We're not just hiding from the aliens," Dr. Helen explained in a secret message to Earth. "We're becoming something new, something the aliens never imagined was possible." Her team had discovered how to make human consciousness work in multiple places at the same time. A person could live a normal life on Mars while their enhanced mind was also running experiments in a hidden colony millions of miles away. One human could think in several different dimensions at once. This meant that humans could be in many places at the same time. A scientist could do research in 10 different hidden laboratories simultaneously. A soldier could guard multiple secret bases with just their mind. Humans were becoming something that had never existed before. As the years went by, the secret human empire grew bigger and bigger. Hidden colonies appeared near every major star system in the galaxy. Each colony was connected to all the others through quantum communication networks that worked instantly across any distance. Captain Steve Parker commanded the first invisible space fleet. His ships existed mainly in folded space and could appear in normal space only when they needed to. His flagship was called the Earth Shadow, and it was a miracle of human engineering. The Earth Shadow could travel anywhere in the galaxy in just minutes. It could appear next to an alien planet, do whatever it needed to do, and disappear again without any alien sensors detecting it. The aliens had no idea that human warships were flying all around their worlds. "Look what we've become," Admiral Morrison said in his secret report to the Lazarus Council, which was the hidden government that ran humanity's secret empire. The aliens thought they were trapping a simple planet-bound species. Instead, they forced us to become something that exists beyond the normal rules of reality. Dr. Clark had more good news to report. We now have 300 hidden colonies throughout the galaxy. We have research stations in dimensions the aliens don't even know exist. We have manufacturing centers that can build anything we need. And all of it is completely invisible to their technology. Commander Brooks added the military report. Our invisible fleet now has over 500 ships. We can strike anywhere in the galaxy within minutes. We can defend any of our hidden colonies instantly. The aliens think humans have weak military power, but we're actually stronger than all of their combined fleets. The best part was that the aliens still thought they had won. Monitor Velcron continued to write his happy reports about how well the humans were following the rules. The Alien Council believed that the human problem was solved forever. They had no idea that humans had become the most powerful force in the galaxy, hidden right under their noses. The cage they had built to trap humanity had instead forced humans to evolve into something far beyond what any alien species had ever achieved. The aliens had wanted to stop human expansion. Instead, they had created a secret human empire that spanned the entire galaxy. Soon they would discover their terrible mistake. But by then it would be far too late to stop what they had accidentally created. The danger came from outside the galaxy. Far away, at the very edge of space, the alien watchers saw something that made them panic. Giant creatures made of living metal were eating entire star systems. They called these monsters the Void Devourers, and they were coming toward the galaxy like a hungry pack of wolves. Supreme Chancellor Mordak was the leader of the Galactic Council. He was made of pure energy and looked like a bright floating light. When he saw the reports about the Void Devourers, his light flickered with fear. "Emergency meeting," he announced to all 47 alien species. "We are all in terrible danger." The council chamber filled with panicked aliens. Some were shaking with fear. Others were making worried sounds in their own languages. The crystal beings were singing sad songs. The gas creatures were moving around in their containers like they wanted to run away. "The situation is very bad," Chancellor Mordak said to everyone. "These Void Devourers eat everything in their path. They consume stars, planets, and entire solar systems. Our weapons cannot stop them." Defense Minister Quillnat was a bug-like creature from the hive worlds. He showed everyone the scary numbers on a big screen. "Our combined fleets tried to fight them. We failed. The monsters ate our energy weapons and became stronger. At this rate, they will reach the center of our galaxy in 18 months. We will all die." The chamber became very quiet. Everyone was thinking about dying. These aliens had lived in peace for thousands of years. Now they faced something that could destroy them all. Then Ambassador Zektar, the same six-armed alien who had banned the humans 7 years ago, said something surprising. "Maybe we should ask the humans for help. Their history shows they are very good at fighting and solving problems." The silence was even deeper now. Chancellor Mordak's light grew dimmer as he thought about this idea. "The humans have been trapped in their solar system for 7 years. We control their technology. We watch everything they do. What help could they possibly give us that we cannot give ourselves?" Monitor Velcron, who had been watching the humans all these years, suddenly looked nervous. "Honored Council, I need to report something strange. Since the news about the Void Devourers became public, I have been seeing weird readings from the human solar system. The humans seem to be preparing for something. What do you mean? Chancellor Mordak asked. I'm detecting energy patterns I've never seen before. Space around their solar system is doing impossible things. It's like they have technology we don't understand. Before anyone could answer, something amazing happened. The big screen in the council chamber turned on by itself. Nobody had touched the controls. The image showed a human woman in a military uniform that looked very advanced. Hello, members of the Galactic Council, the woman said clearly. Her voice came through all the translation systems perfectly. I am Admiral Kate Sullivan of the Terran Defense Force. We know you have a problem with the Void Devourers. The entire chamber exploded with shocked voices. Aliens were screaming questions. How did the humans break into their secure communications? How did they even know about this secret emergency meeting? Chancellor Mordak made his light very bright to get everyone's attention. Human, explain how you got into our private meeting right now. Admiral Sullivan smiled in a way that made many aliens feel uncomfortable. You think we broke in, but we've been here all along. We've been watching your communications, your fleet movements, and your technology development for 7 years. The real question is not how we got in, but why you're only now realizing we were always here. She made a gesture with her hand and the screen changed to show a map of the entire galaxy. What the aliens saw was impossible to believe. Thousands of bright dots appeared all over the galactic map. Each dot represented a human installation. 7 years ago, you locked humanity in our solar system because you were afraid of our expansion. Admiral Sullivan continued. You forced us to find new ways to grow. The result is that humanity now exists in places you cannot see, in dimensions you cannot reach, and through technologies you cannot detect. A human man stepped forward next to Admiral Sullivan. I am Dr. Rob Martinez, he said. The Void Devourers consume matter and energy through dimensional interfaces. Your species can only see them in 3 dimensions. We exist in 11 different dimensions and can fight them on their own level. The aliens in the chamber were shocked silent. For thousands of years they had built their technology using only the basic laws of physics they understood. The humans had been forced to go beyond those laws completely. We want to help you, Admiral Sullivan said simply. Not because we owe you anything, but because the Void Devourers will destroy all life in this galaxy, including our own hidden colonies. Chancellor Mordak's energy form flickered with something that might have been hope. What do you need from us to help? Nothing, Admiral Sullivan replied. We've been preparing for this fight since we detected the Devourers crossing into our galaxy 3 months ago. Our fleets are already in position to attack them. Ambassador Zektar could not believe what he was hearing. You detected them 3 months ago? Our most advanced sensors only found them last week. Dr. Martinez smiled. When you exist in multiple dimensions, you can see threats coming from much farther away. We've been tracking the Devourers since they were still outside our galaxy. How many ships do you have? Defense Minister Quilnat asked. Admiral Sullivan looked at her computer. Currently, we have over 2,000 vessels ready for combat, with more being built every hour. They exist in folded space, so your sensors cannot detect them. The aliens realized that everything they thought they knew about humans was wrong. The species they had trapped and controlled was actually the most powerful force in the galaxy. The humans had been hiding their true strength right under the aliens' noses. We will help you destroy the Void Devourers, Admiral Sullivan said. But after this is over, things will be different. You tried to cage humanity, and instead you forced us to evolve beyond anything you ever imagined. We are no longer the species you restricted 7 years ago. Chancellor Mordak understood that the galaxy was about to change forever. The humans were no longer the problem. They had become the solution, and there was nothing the aliens could do to stop them. The great battle at the edge of the galaxy became the most important fight in space history. The alien fleets had tried to stop the Void Devourers and failed completely. Now they watched in amazement as hundreds of human ships suddenly appeared, out of nowhere, like ghosts becoming real. Commander Ryan Foster stood on the bridge of his ship, the Earth Phantom. He looked at his screen and saw the enemy clearly. The Void Devourers were massive creatures made of living metal that ate stars for food. They had been destroying everything in their path, and no alien weapon could hurt them. "All human ships, this is Admiral Sullivan," came the voice over the radio. "Execute Operation Omega. Show these monsters what 7 years of forced evolution can do." The human attack was like nothing the galaxy had ever seen before. The ships moved in ways that seemed impossible. They attacked from angles that shouldn't exist. They used weapons that bent the basic rules of reality itself. Captain Linda Ross flew a small fighter ship that could slip in and out of different dimensions like a fish swimming through water. Her pilots had special brain enhancements that let them think in multiple realities at the same time. "The Devourers are trying to adapt to our attacks," she reported to the Fleet Command. "But they can only adapt to what they can see. We're hitting them from places they don't even know exist." The battle was fought on many levels of reality at once. The aliens could only see the normal space fighting, but the real war was happening in folded dimensions where human warriors fought creatures of pure hunger and destruction. Dr. Patricia Adams was leading a team of enhanced human analysts who could coordinate attacks across 11 different dimensional layers at the same time. Her brain worked like a supercomputer, processing information from multiple realities. "Target their dimensional anchor points," she commanded the fleet. "If we can cut their connections to normal space, they won't be able to feed on our universe anymore." The human weapons were incredible. They didn't just shoot energy or bullets. They fired concentrated reality itself, tearing holes in space-time that the Devourers couldn't heal. They used gravity like a weapon, creating black holes that swallowed entire enemy ships. Within a few hours, something amazing happened. The Void Devourers stopped advancing. For the first time since they entered the galaxy, the monsters were retreating. Within days, they were running away toward the edge of space. Within weeks, humanity had driven them completely out of the galaxy and built invisible barriers to keep them from ever coming back. After the battle ended, the alien leaders met again in their council chamber. But this time, everything was different. They weren't the ones in charge anymore. Chancellor Mordak's energy form was dim with shame as he spoke to Admiral Sullivan. "Your species has power that is greater than all of our civilizations combined," he admitted. "How long have you been this advanced?" Admiral Sullivan looked at her officers before answering. "We didn't have this power 7 years ago when you restricted us. You created it by forcing us to evolve beyond normal limitations." General Paul Evans, the commander of humanity's dimensional forces, stepped forward. His body glowed slightly because of the enhancements that let him exist in multiple dimensions. "Your restriction didn't limit us. It freed us from thinking that physics had boundaries. When you forced us to find alternatives to normal expansion, we discovered that reality itself can be changed." The aliens were starting to understand how big their mistake had been. Ambassador Zektar, who had originally proposed banning humans, asked the question that was bothering everyone. "You have colonies throughout the galaxy, research stations in pocket dimensions, and technology that surpasses our oldest civilizations. What are you going to do with all this power?" Dr. Ellen Hayes, humanity's expert on alien life, gave the answer that would shape the galaxy's future. "The same thing we've always done. We'll explore, we'll grow, we'll learn, and we'll help where we can. But we'll do it our way, not yours." Chancellor Mordak's light grew even dimmer. "The restrictions we placed on humanity became the reason humanity transcended all restrictions," Admiral Sullivan finished. "You were afraid of what we might become if we were allowed to expand freely. Instead, you created something far beyond your worst fears by trying to contain us." The formal end to humanity's restrictions was just a ceremony. The Council had learned that human civilization now existed on scales and in dimensions that made their monitoring systems useless. Humanity had become something that had never existed before in galactic history, a species that was everywhere and nowhere, limited by neither space nor time, nor the physical laws that trapped other civilizations. As the Council meeting ended, Ambassador Zektar walked up to Admiral Sullivan with a question that would haunt him forever. "If you had this much power, why did you save us from the Devourers?" Admiral Sullivan's answer showed the paradox that was humanity. "Because despite Everything you did to us, we still believe that all intelligent life has value. You feared our aggression, but you never understood that our greatest strength was never our willingness to fight. It was our refusal to let others fight alone. Monitor Velkran, who had been watching humanity for 7 years, finally understood the truth. We thought we were watching a caged animal, but we were actually watching a butterfly building its cocoon. When it emerged, it had wings we never imagined possible. The galaxy had learned too late that trying to cage humanity had only taught them to transcend the very concept of cages. By trying to limit human expansion, the Council had accidentally forced humanity to evolve beyond the need for expansion altogether. They existed everywhere now, guardians of a galaxy that had tried to restrict them, protectors of species that had feared them. Dr. Martinez addressed the assembled aliens one final time. You spent 7 years thinking you had solved the human problem. What you actually did was force humanity to become the solution to problems you never imagined could exist. The age of human containment was over. The age of human transcendence had begun. The galaxy would never be the same again. As the aliens left the council chamber, they realized that everything had changed. The species they had feared and restricted now protected them. The creatures they had tried to control now controlled the fate of the entire galaxy. Humanity had won not through conquest but through evolution. They had become something beyond the aliens' ability to understand or contain. And despite everything, they had chosen to use their power to save the very beings who had tried to destroy them. The Council had banned humans and realized too late that they had created something far more powerful than they ever imagined possible. The end.